Hi, and welcome to another video of my favourite albums of the 80s, volume 7, I think. I'm losing track. So, as I say, it's a personal opinion. You know, you may disagree with what I'm picking here, but these are the next 10 favourite albums from the 80s, in no particular order, of course. So, first of all, this album, I Feel For You by Chaka Khan from 1984. Um, I bought the 7-inch version of the single, I Feel For You. I just absolutely loved that song when it came out. So I treated myself to this album a few years later. Um, and it doesn't disappoint. You know, you say you've got the I Feel For You song, written by, of course, Prince. You've got This Is My Night on here. Um, Eye to Eye, which I just love that song. It's yeah, it's Shaka Khan's vocals on this is just so strong. You know, you can understand why people are always wanting her to, you know, sing with her, even if it's just like backing vocals. She is just an awesome singer. So there you go, Shaka Khan, I Feel For You album. Next one from 1983 is The Luxury Gap by Heaven 17. Um, I mean, they have had albums after this and before this, Penthouse to Pavement and How Men Are, and they've had quite a few. But this one stands out for me because this is the one I first heard the song, you know, Temptation. Um, it got me hooked, so I bought this album and it doesn't disappoint. You know, Crushed by the Wheel of Industries on this one. Um, Who'll Stop the Rain, Let Me Go, as I could say, Temptation, and Come Live With Me. That song. You put Come Live With Me on. I don't know, it takes me to another place, that one. But the Heaven 17, The Luxury Gap. Check it out. There's one from I think it's 1982. I think it is. Blancmange, Happy Families. Um, it's This one was so at the time. The sound, it's electro pop, but the sound of Neil Arthur's voice on all the tracks just blew me away, and it still does because he's still on the go now as Blancmange still. Um, and this one for me just takes me back to my teenage years and sort of, you know, laying on bed listening to this just as I say, blew me away. You know, you've got I Can't Explain on here, Feel Me, I've Seen the Word, of course the big hits, Living on the Ceiling, Waves, God's Kitchen is on here as well. And it's good to see that these bands, like you say, like Clement, 717, still on the go, still doing the live circuits, and every now and again they bring out an album to, you know, to just please the fans, keep them happy. There you are, Happy Families. So this band or duo was destined for big things. Released this album. They had a few big hits, couple of big hits, and then sort of faded away into a distant memory. Clammy Fisher with the album Everything. I know these guys have mostly still do, but have written for other artists, other songs for other artists. But this time they recorded an album for themselves. And say this one's no exception. It's just brilliant. You know, This Is Me. Bite the Hand That Feeds is on here. Rise to the Occasion, both versions, of course, there's two versions of that, and the big hit in the UK, Love Changes Everything, which apparently was given to Rod Stewart, and he refused the song, so they recorded it themselves. So, Clammy Fisher, Everything album. It's got a very distinctive voice. If you've never heard of this album, check it out, download it, give it a go. That's all I'm saying. Right, another album from I think it was 88, 80 stroke 89. Roachford, self-titled album. Rochford, by Andrew Rochford. His voice, this album. I mean, he's had albums after this, but this is his debut album, and for me, it's his best. To be honest, um, you got Family Man on here. You got Family Another Love, Kathleen, and of course, big hit, Cuddly Toy, on here. And his voice, it's all about the voice on this with Rochford. I mean, he is now the lead singer of Mike and the Mechanics. So yeah, they must have seen something in him to say, come and sing for our band. But yeah, Rochford, his debut album. Check it out. Now, we're going to rock out now to a 1985 album, which for me is so outstanding. They've had loads and loads of albums, not nearly on par with this one, but this one, 1985, it's not their debut album, but for me, it's the best they've done. It's The Cult with Love. People may have heard of The Cult. Ian Astbury on lead vocals, such powerful voice. You've got the big hits of I can't even say it. She Sells Sanctuary, Rain, Revolution's on here as well, which I think is one of my favourite songs, Revolution. But you've also got big Neon Glitter on here, and the title track Love, Brother Wolf, Sister Moon on here. It's just it takes you to another place. This album. The follow-up album Electric was good. The album after that, Sonic Temple, was good. But this one, I think for me, this is where it all started for me, with the love for the Cure, The Cult, by this one from 1985, Love, and it's The Cult, not The Cure. Slip of the tongue. What do you think? Staying with it on the rock side, this is a Scottish band. People may not have heard of them. They did have minor success in the mid-90s with a version of Cameo's Word Up. I know, but I don't know why they did that. But this is their debut album from 1989. This is Gun, with the album Taking on the World. It's, I don't know, it's one of these ones where you hear it once, you think, wow. And this was that for me. I heard several songs off this. I had to buy the album, and I never looked back after I bought it. The voice, the music, it just goes so well together. Better Days is on here. What else is on? Inside Out, Money, Everybody Loves Her is on here. Shame on You is on here. Also, for me, the album track, title track, Taking on the World. Listen to that. It'll just take you to places that you've never been to before. Gun, Taking on the World. Purchase it, download it, whatever you want to do. Just give it a listen. Right, here we go. From 1985 is the debut album by the Commune, and this is the group formed by Jimmy Somerville and Richard Coles. Jimmy Somerville of Bronx Beat fame left that group and came to this group. And as I say, the rest is history, really. They released this. They had several hits off this album. They only had 2 albums to say this is the first, but for me, this is my favourite one. So with Jimmy Somerville's voice, the lyrics on this are just amazing. You've got the big number one smash, Don't Leave Me This Way, the cover version. Disenchanted, one of my favourite songs off here. So Cold the Night is on here. You Are My World is just a classic track. And you've got Forbidden Love, Breadline Britain. It's sort of political and music put together, shall we say. It's when the pop stars started to become political, leading some of the songs, which ain't a bad thing in my opinion. So Commune ads there, check it out. And another artist what went solo, left a successful group and went solo in '89 is Holly Johnson with Blast. He left Frankie Goes to Hollywood after their '86 album Liverpool and released this in '89. Had two top 10 smash hits in the UK, Love Train, Americanos, which everybody knows in the UK. I don't know if anybody across the world knows them, but in the UK it was rather big. Atomic City was a hit off this. A minor hit was Heaven's, sorry, excuse me, Heaven's Here. But you've also got some good album tracks on here. Deep in Love, Got It Made, Love Will Come, Success is on here. Holly Johnson, who says vocals on top form as always. So it was a big smash in early '89. So that's Blast by Holly Johnson. And last but not least, Mr. Suave himself from 1985, Brian Ferry with Boys and Girls. What can you say about Brian Ferry? He's still on the go. His voice hasn't changed, and he's still making cool music. He did have a break back in the '80s, and then wham, bam, he came back with this in '85. It just knocked your socks off. Just chilled out, the way he sings. With the big hits, Slave to Love on here, Wasteland, Windswept, one of my favourites. Also, Don't Stop the Dance, which always gets me dancing. It's Valentine's on here as well, and the title track, Boys and Girls. It's Brian Ferry. What can I say? You can't knock Brian Ferry. Just what a voice, what a guy. So, as I say, purchase them, download them, give them a listen, give them a chance. That's all I'm asking you to do. Give them a chance, because the H is still alive and well. So that's the 10. I hope you liked them. Please let me know what you thought of those albums, and if you liked it, give us a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, please leave a comment. Though it would be appreciated. If you guys out there want to get involved in making casts about movies and TV shows and audio dramas and or music, as I've just done, just drop me a message on here if you want, or find us on Facebook. We've got a public group. Just you'll find us there. We're also on Twitter at Geeks Assembled. So we're all over the place really, because we have got a Tumblr as well, Geeks Assembled, and trying to say we're doing getting into the Instagram as well. So, and we're on YouTube as you well know if you're watching this. So thanks for watching, and until next time, as I always say, stay in the 80s.